What's up, all you lovely people? I'm happy you're back with me today. This is 3G's Gaming. I'm your host, Sean. I really want to say thank you all my new subscribers. I woke up today and we were at 155, so we hit that 150 mark, and I really want to say thank you to all you new subscribers and all you fellow subscribers, all you fellow veterans who keep coming back time and time again to see what kind of content I'm pushing out about the best game there is in the world. Well, that's just my opinion, and that is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. It is coming for us in December. Are you guys ready for it? I wanted to talk about the fighter ballot with y'all today, so I hope you guys are excited about that. This is going back before we got Bayonetta, so let's just jump into it. On the top row, we had King K. Rool as the highest requested character on the list, and guess who was shown off in that last direct? Your boy King K. Rool is on the roster now. Inkling was the first one announced for Ultimate. That was a cool trailer to really just start things off for us all. As for Wonder Red, I'm not so sure what they're gonna do with that franchise. I know it is the same one as Platinum, I want to say, where Sega is from, and Bayonetta as well, so they could always add Wonder Red. They work very nicely. It is a Nintendo game, so maybe they can, and maybe he'll be like our beautiful Joe for Nintendo if they were to add him on the roster. I haven't seen how he plays too much. I just know there's 101 of each superhero and they all band together and fight bad guys. So that's my knowledge on Wonder Red and where he comes from, excuse me. So the Wonderful 101. Moving along, number 4, you have Chibi Robo, whose series kind of died out with that last game, I believe was Ziplash. But I did play the game for the GameCube. My cousin Jamie, who I've had on the show and we discussed Skull Kid and Wart, he loved the game. He let me play it back in the day. He also got me into Animal Crossing, and I love my cousin for that. So as for Chibi Robo, I'm not so sure. I really feel they could bring him in as a rep, if not an assist trophy at this point. So they could go either route, but he is highly requested according to this roster here from the ballot. And number 5, you know him best as Isaac from Golden Sun, our boy. He was my vote on the roster, and I'm so happy he did make the top 10 on the list. So for him being number 5 out of the ballot means a lot, and it says a lot about his character and the series he represents. You know, a lot of people say that the game died when the DS Dark Dawn came out, which was the 3rd installment, and his son Matthew took over as the main protagonist, and it just flopped, I guess. You know, they hyped it up for E3, I think back in 09 or 07 when the game was released, right? And it just didn't perform too well in sales and I guess gameplay and everything. The story just wasn't there. It's unfortunate, of course, because Camelot, the producers for the game, really put their all into it, and I really believe there's more than just the story. I think the characters could go much further if they wanted to continue the series, but that's just me. If you guys haven't played the game, I don't know if it's on the Wii. I downloaded it for the Wii back in the day on the eShop, so I don't know if it's on the eShop now for the Switch. You guys can check it out. Hopefully they are working on something, but I would love to get my hands on the game again. And if not, if you guys still have a DS of some kind, try to get Dark Dawn to, you know, play it and let me know what you think. But Isaac, I think he's the next runner-up in my opinion. So will we be seeing Isaac? I really hope we do. Those are my opinions. I really hope that you guys are backing me on this one. And with everything that's been coming out as of late, with Sakurai even leaking an image showing Link, Marth, and Shulk lined up against Rathalos, they're missing a 4th candidate right next to him to hold down the fight like they do in the Golden Sun series. It's the same model of the fighting style in the RPG series. It's so cool that he referenced that, so I really feel he is hinting at Isaac's arrival into the game, along with maybe Skull Kid in this next direct, just the way with the couch in the background, the pillows, the 2 seats representing Tattle and Tail, and some say even the moon in the Simon Belmont and Richter trailer, and also the sun in the King K. Rool trailer at the end of it. So you have the sun and the moon. Golden Sun represents the sun, Skull Kid represents the moon for the Simon Belmont and Richter. So that's what people are, you know, assuming, and I don't know whether to believe them on that, but it does make sense, and I really feel that Sakurai loves hinting at these little things in his videos. He specifically puts them there. He's very meticulous in that sense, and we love him for it. You know, he always has something under his sleeves, and we just never know what to expect from the man. So moving along, I'm sorry I just got stuck on Isaac there. We have Paper Mario, who is highly requested. I would love to see a third Mario character, that being Paper Mario. I think he just fits the bill for everybody, and I don't know how you guys feel about it. Give me a second here. But my thoughts are that Paper Mario is likely, if we can get 3 Links, I believe Mario can get 3 Marios to represent him and, you know, his series. That would be really cool. And maybe they can make him look like Game & Watch, or have a trailer with him involved, because they're both flat. That'd be really cool. But moving along, we have Crystal, and as you know, Crystal was just proven to be an assist trophy. So I'm thinking, if he's going off this Smash Ballot, is he trying to make some of these characters that are just kind of... Are all of these characters on this Smash Ballot going to be in the game? I do not believe so. I believe he is scrapping some of these ballot characters to please the fans, and at least we'll see him in an assist trophy, but they're in the game as some point. So Crystal, man, you know, seeing her so high on this ballot and seeing her as an assist trophy, it was kind of a bummer, not just to me, but I'm sure a lot of Star Fox fans, and I was supporting her, and I never really got into the Star Fox series, but I thought she was a great candidate, and, you know, she could have an extremely different type of moveset with her staff and everything, and how her assist trophy shows her and just her moves and capabilities. It looks like she would have been a fun character, but I guess they said no, let's make her assist, but maybe in the next game, right? Moving along, you have Cranky Kong. We just got King K. Rool as that 3rd rep. I honestly feel that Dixie is more likely than Cranky Kong at this point, but maybe they'll blow us away and bring in Cranky Kong. That'd be something else. A lot of people are speculating that it could also be Funky Kong that we'll be seeing as his major role in the latest Donkey Kong Country game is doing really well, and you know, he's a cool guy, and he could have a lot of moves similar to, I think, DK and maybe Diddy Kong. I'm not sure how they would make him, and maybe an Echo character, or Dixie Kong could be that Echo character that we're all hoping for. But going on past Cranky Kong would be Andy, and Andy is from Advance Wars. If you don't know the game, I honestly feel they could use Andy as a triple threat type of character and bring in Sammy and Max from his game. They've had several games in the series, and it dates back to, I think, before like Golden Sun and everything. It was one of their first RPGs along with Fire Emblem. So but it's tough. I don't know how they would represent Andy. Maybe he would play very similarly to like Solid Snake with his weapons and whatnot, and maybe we'll see some infantry and tanks come out, and he gets to decide where they go in the battle, and he'll have planes that drop bombs on people. I'm just not sure how they would represent Andy, but Sakurai is a creative creature, so we don't know what he will do, but I really hope we either see him as an assist trophy like we have in the past with Advance Wars. If not, make Andy a full-fledged character, because he is a retro rep at this point, and I think fans and just us as smashers, we all just need more representation from Nintendo to see what they were holding out on us for so long, and I think it'd be really cool. Moving along, you have Sceptile, another Pokemon rep. My favorite grass starter from any Pokemon series is Sceptile. He's from Gen 3, from the Hoenn region. So he was highly requested back in the day, and as you know now, it's Decidueye. He's heavily requested, but Vergeben confirmed that it's not Decidueye, Lycanroc, or Mimikyu, and we've seen Mimikyu so far as a Pokeball Pokemon. So would we see maybe Incineroar or someone else? But Sceptile, what are you guys feeling like? He was really requested, so they could honestly still go with Sceptile and maybe still bring in that Gen 7 Pokemon and 2 new Pokemon reps. That leak with Gardevoir and Gothitelle, that one really got to me, and I was considering it being real at some point in time, but at this point I don't know, you know. Looking back at the roster, or the Smash Ballot, I would prefer Sceptile over any new Pokemon, to be honest, and that's just my opinion. We did see Sceptile in Pokken Tournament, if you guys remember, as well as Gardevoir. We saw Decidueye also in Pokken Tournament. We didn't see Incineroar or Lycanroc. I'm not sure who else from Gen 7 got in there, but that's just an interesting little fact to go based off of, and I think Sceptile would be a perfect candidate for the Smash roster, and that's just my own 2 cents, and he could have his Mega Evolution for his Smash Ball or his final Smash. That would be really cool. Moving along from Sceptile, you have Impa from The Legend of Zelda. I really feel they could go with Impa, and I have a video out on her if you guys wanted to go check that out, but those are just my 2 cents on her, saying that the fan base is really high. She has a lot of potential. She could both be a Sheik clone and maybe represent some type of like sword movements in her attacks and whatnot, and be an echo in that sense of like how Chrom is an echo to Roy, but he has moves from Ike and Lucina and Marth all in one. So I feel Impa would bring that as well, having her sword, and she would swing it the same way as maybe Link, maybe Ganondorf as her special attacks and whatnot. That'd be pretty cool, but she moves like Sheik. I think that'd be an awesome character. Going on, you have our boy Geno, who is highly requested up on the rooftop, But Geno, I would love to see Geno. I myself have never played Super Mario RPG, but I just know the fan base is super real. I've been backing him since the fans got me on board. Ever since, I want to say, Melee, he was highly requested then, to Brawl, to Smash 4, to now. And I think now is the perfect time for Geno. And in Vergibin's leak, he said that we are getting a second square rep. Is Geno the guy, or is it going to be Sora or someone else that we don't know? But I think Geno at this point, he did get a Mii costume, and that's always something as a good source to go based off of. And Sakurai, in the trailer when he showed us the Geno costume, he made a splash effect and everything, said a little sign for Geno saying, hey, Geno hits the big time or whatever. But I think Geno at this point would be really cool. So we need to see Geno. If you guys are with me, please share me your thoughts down below on all these characters that I am going over. Next on the list, you have Mach Rider from the Mach Rider series. He is a retro rep at this point, and I believe he's only had a couple of games, if not just one. But if you guys remember, I think he's part of the Secret 7 or that never got added into Melee, or maybe it was Brawl, but he was thought of by Sakurai, so could he still pick him for the long term and go with Mach Rider? Will we be seeing him? I want to say yes, and I made a video on Mach Rider as well, being that retro rep. He likes giving us those retros, a blast from the past, if you will. So that's an option. But how are you guys feeling about Mach Rider? Do you guys know who Mach Rider is? Should he represent, some Excite Bike moves? I'm not sure. We haven't seen Excite Bike at this point, so I don't know if they're holding off to say, hey, Mach Rider's making his big jump, or I don't know. But the two franchises don't mix, so they are both two separate games. But yeah, so those are my thoughts about Mach Rider. Moving along, you have Dixie Kong. We have talked about her already. Her being an Echo Fighter, I think that would be a great move for Daddy Sakurai and everybody if he just wanted to say, hey, the fans, this is what they want. He's dedicating this to the fans, and I want you guys to know that. So carrying on from Dixie, you have Blaziken, another Gen 3, and when this ballot was out, Auras was a big deal at the time. It had just got its remake for, both Sapphire and Ruby. So Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire came out. I myself had Sapphire back in the day, and my first pick was Trico, and yeah, I got my Sceptile going. I still love Blaziken as a Pokemon, and he was my when I started the game over, I did go with Torchic and I got my Blaziken. But are they requested at this point in time? I don't believe they're highly suggested, but who knows, Sakurai may have added a new Pokemon trainer, and maybe we'll see like Blaziken, Swampert, and Sceptile. That'd be really cool in my opinion. And then, but moving on from Blaziken, we have Lana, and Lana is from Hyrule Warriors. I'm not sure what game she is from in the Legend of Zelda series, but you guys can fill me in on the comments down below. But to see her on this list right under Impa like that, that's pretty cool. And I'm not so sure on her character, so I'm not going to go into full depth of saying, hey, I want her in the game. I'll rather let you guys do the talking there. But carrying on from Lana, we have Captain Toad, and we've seen Captain Toad in the Odyssey stage, which is kind of crazy. And we've also seen in the Spirit Track stage Toon Link. And are we gonna see a Captain Toad reveal trailer soon as him making his own appearance? I really think they could go that route. If not, maybe he'll just stay as that you know, stage hazard in the background or just spectator as such. But that'd be pretty cool to see Captain Toad. A lot of people have been requesting Toad for the longest time, but as we all know, he's just been a punching bag for the most part for both Peach and now Daisy. So that's a little reference. I thought it was cool to see him in the Odyssey stage, which was really nice. And for all those Captain Toad fans out there, I think, you know, it paid homage to them. So will we see Captain Toad? I don't know. It could go. I want to say it's likely, but seeing him as that stage or in the stage, it's just unsure right now. But carrying on from Captain Toad, we have Hades from the Pit Icarus series, and we know that this game is dedicating it towards villains. I myself thought they were going to go with Medusa, if anybody, but I think Hades would be that better pick, and seeing him how high he was on this roster, I think we'll get Hades, and you know, he can fight against Palutena and or Pit, and then you know there's Dark Pit, so that'd be pretty cool to see a reveal trailer with Hades in there. And then, you know, he can even go up the big bad himself, Simon Belmont, which is pretty cool. But there you have it, guys. You have this list of Smash Ballot characters. I want to hear from you guys. I'll be making a second part of this series, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will be continuing to, like I said, we will be continuing this series. This is just the first part. I want to do the rest of this half bottom of the ballot here, so I will go ahead and come out with a new video of that, part 2 of that. So stay tuned. I really hope you guys enjoyed going over these characters with me. As always, peace, love, deuces up. I hope to see you guys on the next one. And don't forget to share your thoughts down in the comment section with everyone else. And I will be bringing out these Smash videos hopefully every day. I got a little sidetracked the other day, so happy birthday to my nephew. That's where I was. But I hope to see you guys on the next one. Later.